Alrighty, since a new patch went out and I had to make sure I got this recording in before I updated my game and it potentially messed anything up, we have no co-commentators this time. But I do have a couple notes from everybody, so this replay should be a little bit better. This is going to be Papa on the left with the Brotherhood of the Bear. Am I reading this right? Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, so he has the war sleds, which obviously he is the one sending in the replay, so it is the bear chariots. Little Groms, lots more bears, and a big infantry corps. And then Panda is on the right here. He's coming in starting with an infantry corps, and then a lot of elite units coming in behind it with the dual Little Groms, dual bear riders, and then great weapons, which from what I've heard, he is very disappointed in, and the ice guard with glaives. So we will go ahead and start this. So it is the Tsarina versus Constantine. Tsarina being Papa, and as you guys remember, Constantine kind of just doing a number on my Nurgle last time with Panda. Looks like there's a couple of chevrons kind of spread across here. We got some wing lancers also. Versus the Zargard, which is potentially a good call, but you really have to claim those victory points with them early on, and I don't know versus the bear chariots. But like I said, this is tabletop, so you set one army and you don't get to change it based on what your opponent's bringing. So you couldn't reconfigure for war sled opener. Even if he was experienced enough to know that that was probably the opener that any other Keystone player would be going for anyways.
You can win! You must win!
So I don't know about other players, but me personally, I think this map, as much as these are nice line of sight blockers, actually does favor range very heavily, because you have the points to stand on, and then the only way that you can get to those range things are through these tight choke points. So you have things like the Zargard, or more specifically, as we will see later on, unbreakable demon units that just stand in here, and they can just block pathways. I believe Gobbo talked about it before, where, you know, oh, I want to keep you from getting to this checkpoint. Let's just put an unbreakable Iron Breaker unit or something like that. Like something that, well, technically Iron Breakers I think can break, but they take a while. So high defense unit that just doesn't go anywhere for a while, and then you just get stuck and you can never make it to the point. But we're getting a immediate engagement of the Frost Maiden and Constantine versus the Patriarch and oh man, just went blank. The Tsarina. So, you know, opposite heroes to their respective lords. Does look like the regular Patriarch and the Tsarina are getting the upper hand in a big way, though. This is a massacre, while at the same time the Barriots just come in and really tie up this. He just needs to keep pushing these forward, not engage here. You need some support up here. Probably need to bring in as quickly as possible with between the wing lancers and the white light war sleds. I'd be trying to get some bear riders out here, because yeah, another unit of wing lancers, Cassars with spears. That is not going to do much versus single entities. I guess get some you get some zone control, but Papa just didn't even care, just yeeted his wing lancer straight through that vortex. So Constantine is almost dead and running. Same thing with the Frostbane, got one spell off and is now running. I'm sure there's probably some more close combat spells that I missed, but your infantry core right here is already broken down, and you bring in a little Grom to immediately get jumped on by wing lancers. That might get them another chevron if they can pull off this pick. Yeah, there it is. I was wondering. I was like, really? Oh, he brought in another little Grom. God, I would just some of those armored corsairs that he had, anything on here just to push him off. I get that they're really good, but you need them firing.
Keep it from the foe.
If not, like, these spears need to come back and help, because yeah, they're not great in close combat, but they're still spears. They're anti-large versus some large on top of the little Groms, which actually have pretty decent close combat with the bears attached to them. Light war sleds, that's a nice little pick. The Frostmaiden, no, I did not see she came back. And then the Zargard are actually just doing what they do, stand firm very long. Constantine is back, almost at his health cap. I know he has the special healing abilities. Obviously the lullaby, but I think he has another item, right? I don't know. Somebody told me he had an item when he's almost dead. Oh, that's it right there. Hit points less than 25%. He regenerates at 0.2. So I guess you just need to burst him down, because that's not a one-time use. You need to burst him down hard. That also explains why I could not kill him. Nurgle cannot burst. This is an unfortunate vortex again, because just sitting right in front of everything. Yeah, see, like this. These guys, okay, they are in combat. I thought they weren't. I was like, they need to be fighting here. This unit, yep, needs to be running in here, cutting off the escape. There's the glaives. That is the end of those wing lancers, but I think that was a noble sacrifice. This war sled needs to be coming over here, hitting the Zargard in the back. Dervishes will capture that point, and yeah, the rest of this, the armored Corsairs and more wing lancers are going to push off this other unit of Corsairs here, and it will be a triple cap. As we saw, the only real big point of Panda's army as far as fast movers are those war bears, and they are not here yet. So other than that, it's a lot of infantry and elite infantry. So these guys just need to start marching up. The little Groms might almost be worth coming in, because this is armored Corsairs and wing lancers, so you bring them up, start shelling this point, while the other one comes up and actually rams into it, maybe. I don't know what I would do at this point, especially with Streltsy. The middle point is lost with Streltsy there, and Zargard coming up. Zarina's almost dead. I missed that. I guess Constantine definitely paid for himself. If he re-rallies, I think you send him away. Best to have a lord that's retreated versus one that's dead. The ice glaives are coming up. They will do a number on everything here, but they will still they're still mortal. They will still get shredded by Streltsy. Same thing with armored Corsairs with pistols. Zargard will even trade decently well because they're not large. Ice glaives are great because they're magical weapons, but guess what? Zargard are humans with just really thick armor. Yep, and the little Groms just do not care. But like I said, I'd be shelling. Oh, that unit of Corsairs is actually almost dead. Oh, this is the one I was looking for, the armored ones. I'd be shelling the big infantry blobs. Trying to hit that Patriarch is... Oh, that's not that. Oh, this Patriarch, it seems foolhardy. Big units like demons and stuff. I guess technically he's on a bear. It is a big unit, but... like, this is what's going to hold the point. Domination is about having the weight there. And, killing the Patriarch will break the leadership, but as we've seen with Kislev, they have the wavering, what is it, Buyer Blood? Buyer Blood. So they'll just, if they break, they still stay there. And you don't have any terror causing, any fear causing. You're not leadership bombing them. So you're not going to, even if you could break them, they will stay there for quite a bit longer. And then the leadership bomb would, effects would drop. And infantry just aren't going anywhere. He's bringing in lots more infantry. I know he has. Oh, he brought one of his light war sleds back. Here. This is what I was looking for. I was like, I know he has cavalry, and he's just going to shut down these Groms a little bit more. I think Panda just relies a little bit too much on these Groms. One, you could separate them out. Move one up here or something, and the other one could be here. It could stay back there. Whatever you want, but they need to be separated because one unit's stopping both from firing here. The war bears finally get here, but it is way too late. We're just gonna go ahead and fast forward. It's 3,500 points. Panda can't even push out. He's being cycle charged. He's just being hit. More cav coming in. Just there's nothing getting even onto the pitch here. So. End of game. That first engagement went better than I thought once I saw Constantine come back and almost break Tsarina, but you really, just a hard push needed to be made. This feels very much actually like the Ogre Slanesh game where there was just a nice big bundle of infantry here. The cav was kind of broken at that point, and it could have just been broken off left and right. I think it was dervishes over here. Like, their regular Kossars can easily beat them. And you had lots of Kossars with spears out there. That should have shut down the cav. Not completely, but it would have given you the... mine's going blank. It would have given you the weight on the points with something that the cav could not have easily pushed off. Next, we are going to go to red with the ogres again versus Dazdark and his corn build. I don't believe we saw this. No, we did see this last game. We did see Daz play last time. I know I have a couple new people in here. So we have a total of 5 games per week. So we have a max of 5 replays that I will get per week here. So, I know we saw it earlier, and I should have gone through it. I believe Daz did bring, so he has 2 halberds in the main force, and 1 more in the reinforcing army, and then also the Bloodthirster. So he does have a pretty good contingent of anti-large. He has the Minotaurs without great weapons, which, yes, there's not much infantry, but Minotaurs still hit hard. The only issue with Daz's army is because it's so infantry heavy, it is a little bit slow. But I feel like I could harp all day on how Khorne's infantry is slow, and I really do think overcosted for how effective. Yes, they're good in close combat, but for a little bit more, almost everybody else can get something that is just as good in close combat. And I feel like basically infantry to infantry, everything on Khorne's roster should trade 1 tier up. So basic infantry should trade with medium tier infantry of the next faction, if that's going to be their strong point here. Because you haven't given them any... There's no marauders. So basically, their bloodletters and their chaos warriors are the same, basically the same cost, 750 versus 800. Maybe I'm getting these costs wrong. Is it? Yeah, it's 750. It's 850 for the halberds, 800 for the bloodletters. So it's just they have all these infantry, and basically you have to pick the right type of infantry for what you're fighting against, which is Like, yes, they will be like, oh, Chaos Warriors with halberds. They will be great against regular ogre bulls. But it's just like, a regular unit here, like, either they need more choices on infantry, because I feel like everything is the same price, and you basically have to just pick your specialization. And if you go up against something you're not great at, you lose out really bad. So right here, I think, and I think we even discussed it when I saw this game live. Don't have a great memory, so I'm still going to be reacting kind of in real time here. But Dez needs to not basically be giving him these broadside shots at the halberds. Like, these are the things that he can use to shut stuff down. As soon as you saw all the ogres go this way, you either needed to march back and make the ogres engage up here, and you kind of hide along the trees, or you just needed to charge and yeet it, because he does still have the other halberds here, which could literally wrap around. Like, there's only so many things these guns can shoot, and you do have your own fast movers. You can weave through. There's some gorgers hiding over here. I don't know if they've been spotted yet. And the entire engagement, if I remember, pretty much just takes place over here. Maybe pushes to the middle a little bit. Nobody pays attention to over here. Malbar trappers aren't even seen, and they're already capturing. Sorry. Had to go just take a look at something really fast. So yeah, here's the hard engagement. The herald comes in. See, this herald, I would think, if he's on his blood shrine, needs to be right in here with all these infantry. I do like that the halberds are getting on the bulls. Okay, this unit needs to kind of come this way now, but I think he's going to try to charge over here. And lead belchers are just, like, let's compare some bulls. Regular bulls are faster. They're about the same in melee. I'm losing them. Here, this one. Have a much better charge bonus, but that doesn't really matter in sustained combat. But you need to stop these things from shooting. They can't, from my understanding, they count as artillery. They have ridiculous bonus versus infantry, armor piercing damage, and guess what? Corn has armor, which gets pierced pretty badly. And now we have Mornfang Cav coming in. Like, I was wrong. See? Like I said, I have horrible memory. There's Bloodletters and Chaos Warriors coming over this way. But this is going to be a runaway pretty fast. I do believe this Herald does kind of start bitch slapping everything here. So it looks like he's about to die, but I believe he does come back. He does a little burnouts. The Gorgers are pretty much shut down to 3 models. But yeah, his leadership is wavering. It's down to 1, and then it goes up to 17. Oh, I was wrong. And he died. And then everything breaks. I was completely wrong on that one. And now the Blood Reaper does the same thing. He fights, he murders. But 450 value. Your 2 heroes are dead. Over here, let's see. So he did cap this point. But yeah, look at that score. I don't know. The other thing is, if I saw all the ogres repositioning over here, maybe I would have run a couple units back this way and seen if I could sneak back here. Or just charge through the tree. Like I said, it's hard once you see lead belchers. Because he couldn't just charge straight down. I forget. There's this impassable terrain right here. So you either have to come this way or you have to come this way. You're not just charging straight down. So you get into this little column, and like I was talking about at the beginning, these are just kill zones for range, especially like lead belchers. We will see that happen to me later. so this is the other corn, who is, hold on here. I know Cafe is Danny, who we did not see last week. Or maybe this was the game from, no, this can't be the game from last week, because this is a different corn build. So who is the other corn player here? Super Cavi, okay, who we also did not see last week. So these are two, I mean, they did play last week versus other people. I just did not have their replays. So we will watch Super Cavi and Danny. And once again, I kind of did not go over their armies too much here. Let me see if I can look at it on my little screen called my phone. So we have the double cultist, big infantry corps, and then a little bit of fast movers. And their herald is 1200. I forget what that means he has. And then Danny going with the cheeky sky junk at the beginning here. See, do these cultists? They have. I'm guessing they have everything, right? That's no. Okay, so they went with. Okay, so sort of the anti-hero, so they can just be wreckers in combat, and then they negate. But it does not look like they went with any of the standards or anything. Wounds, yeah, none of the standards. Versus Danny here brought dual cannons, this guy junk as the Lord, which technically in this battle, like he made his army first for this tournament, and I say this battle, I mean this tournament. Really kind of before everybody else had kind of picked stuff. So it wasn't like this was like a meta choice where it's like, oh, you know, only versus Zinch and maybe the ogres with their lead belchers, is this going to be under threat? He did not know that there was going to be two corn players, a Nurgle player, which I don't have a ton of range to deal with it, and Slanesh. I mean, it is still very vulnerable to, obviously, Furies and stuff, but he just wasn't like he knew what was coming in beforehand. And it does look like, though, looking at Korn's rosters, he has two Furies waiting in the wings. And Danny, let's see, does he have any? He does not have any Longmire Riders to protect it in the wings. He does have lots of range, though, he can bring into, hopefully, yep, and there's those Furies. Hopefully contest it. But Danny is doing a big push up to the middle. I don't know if you need to leave these crossbowmen back here. I think just the two spears would be enough. I guess this is just, I don't know. I'm horrible at Cathay, so this is where I would be marching them through this way versus straight up the center. Use these blockers, especially if he's going to put his stuff in the middle. That means he can hit the individual points or straight down the pipe. But you get right over here, you march this way, he can't do anything. Actually, even if you come around this way, you could either march all the way around, or you could march back here and then not be in range until you actually make this final push down the hill. Peasant horsemen come in, but that is not a good engagement for them against flesh hounds. I guess he's eating right down the center. Okay, Furies are going. What are they gonna go for though? And the Sky Junk would be a great pick right now. But these peasant archers need to be shooting the Furies. Like, that is a great target. Because if they all shot the Furies, this Sky Junk has enough health. I don't think it goes down. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. Alright, Chaos Super has got this one victory point, and it looks like he caught the other side. He did, so his fast movers all pushed in. Peasant horsemen are literally they're about as useful as yeah, they're about as useful as the hounds. Melee defense is better on them. Attack is worse. I guess charge bonus is better on the peasant horseman, but it's a 400-point unit. And then you have flesh hounds, which are really good, and then you also have your herald. I don't know if I would be sending this guy junk that way. These ignore firing that. Like, it's chasing these peasant horsemen, or these peasant horsemen, these peasant archers. Let them just distract the summon. The rest of it needs to save the lord here, and then this lord can just rain fire down on the backs of these chaos warriors. You're holding this point pretty good. These are more peasant horsemen versus chaos warriors. As we see, they just get murdered. More chaos warriors versus jade warriors. How much do jade warriors cost? This might prove my point here a little bit. Jade warriors are 500 versus 750. This is going to be a win for Chaos Warriors of Khorne. This is a very slow win for something where this is Khorne's most basic infantry. They're more expensive than the mid-tier infantry of Cathay, and they're still having issues beating them. Why does Khorne not have the same kind of ramp-up craziness in combat that Norsca has? That would make more sense here. Okay, so these are finally coming over. They needed to be there a lot sooner. But, like, I'm curious. Can some peasant spearmen and jade warriors, I mean, I know we also have jade warriors with halberds here, but could just the two of them with a flank hit or a rear hit take out the chaos warriors? One round of cannons, and their leadership is breaking, and they don't even have the rear attack yet. No pressure over here. This is where you need your peasants, Danny. Your peasant horsemen. You don't need to be engaging in attacks like this. You need to be capturing points like this. These dual weapons should mulch through the jade warriors even better than me complaining that single-handed ones don't. But once again, where are your peasants? They're running away. They need to be never engaged in combat unless they're hitting somebody in the back and then running away. Again, they need to be on point 3. They need to be on point 1. Because Khorne is not moving fast enough to react. This is their fast movers. I guess their other fast movers actually got all the way back here. What are these archers? What are these crossbowmen doing? Like, they're providing support back here. They should be providing support here. They should be providing support over here. Your lord's about to go down. I mean, once again, I'm not a good Cathay player. I don't know if I've ever won a game with Cathay. But I do know some of the reasons I don't win. Hey, look, 2 units of peasant horsemen. You've lost the center, though. You've captured the right. You need to swing something around to the left here. Do not engage the back of these warriors. Your center is getting pressed, though. This is the one reason why I don't like building a huge defensive line back here. Is if you get pushed off up here, you then get pushed in back there. I don't know how Danny could have won. I know there's plenty of ways to do it, but like I said, I'm not. He probably needed to bring in the Jade Lancers. I don't know what the equipment is on. Oh, the Lord. This Lord did get brought in, I guess, at some point because it looks like it had value, and I completely missed it. None of the Iron Hail Gunners came out. I'm curious. That initial unit of crossbowmen. Oh, it wasn't even an initial. Oh, no. It was a unit that was summoned. So 800 value. So it did barely pay for itself. But man, it would have been so much more useful just carving up some of these Chaos Warriors while they were busy. Or rotating it around to one of the flanks and helping hold one of the side points. Shooting into the Chaos Warriors that broke with just a volley of the cannons. These guys shooting them continuously while the other unit of Jade Warriors held them in place. That would have been nice. Sitting back protecting the cannons, maybe not the best idea. And as far as Super Cavi goes, yeah, I mean, he won. He won convincingly. He pushed the enemy to the point where they couldn't push back. I think I didn't see what exactly happened to the Warhounds and the Fleshhounds, so I couldn't really make a comment on that, but I did like just constantly respawning these Furies to take out the Lord. Fleshhounds looked like they did, oh, that one got a lot of value, so they were probably jumping on the cannons and stuff as much as possible. They probably could have broken the center a little bit faster if he just wrapped around, especially since Danny wasn't pushing up his reinforcements. He was so focused on protecting the cannons, which I get, but if you're not holding them in place, or if you're not holding the save points, you're not winning. It's not about pumping out how much damage. I can say this. How much damage you pump out. It's about holding the points. So if you are quickly killing somebody, but you're not on those points, you're still losing. Now we get to watch my battle. So after criticizing everybody else, this was actually technically the second battle. The first battle he won as well, and I accidentally brought the wrong army. This battle I get more tickets, but I still lose very badly. So hopefully me watching it myself doing it, or I'm not stressing about everything else going on, I can figure out how to beat Tzeentch, but at the moment I can't find a way to beat Tzeentch as Nurgle. And also, this is Liquid Squid bringing his Tzeentch versus me bringing my Nurgle, and he had to send me this replay because I was frustrated and disappointed with myself, and I decided to forget to save my own replay, even though I asked everybody else to send me theirs. So thankfully, Squid still had his replay saved away, so I can now show everybody my frustration and embarrassment. So, my Soul Grinder, my Lord, my Froggos, and I'm going to bring the Plague Bearers up here, and I believe I try to hide them here, and then the Nurglings, I try to get sneaky and get all the way around here without being spotted, but I don't think I pull it off successfully. I forget. Like I said, I was frustrated. I kind of blocked out this match from my mind. I know I lose. I know I lose this battle a couple different times that we played. So this, I believe, was my closest, but even then, I think, not to be a spoil sport, I think I only get like 1,600 or something in tickets versus his win. And it will result in a triple cap on me. So I think I want these Nurglings, or I'm trying to get them back here. I either lure something back here so I can jump it, or I can swing the Nurglings around the back and potentially hold up stuff that's coming in. Spawn, I need to try spawn more. I almost never bring them because I feel like they evaporate too fast, but I think I might have also been playing with them wrong. I do have a lot of resources. I bring in the my Plague Ridden. Big reason for the Plague Ridden is this right here. Armor piercing and melee upgrade 4 units around him in close combat. It's only 35 meters. And what he really should do is I think I should have him. I should have my cultists all with the Plague Bearers, all sitting here procking, so I do more damage. Everything the Plague Bearers are fighting are doing less damage. Instead, my Plague Bearers are fighting his lord while being peppered. The blue horrors, the pink horrors. In all reality, blue horrors I think should have like 1 or 2 ammo. The fact that they have 5, these guys have 20. It's like literally I get he casts a spell, and it's an Exalted Lord to change. But after we just watched Cafe's Jade Warriors versus some Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warriors can't munch through anything that fast in close combat, and they're supposed to be some of the best. So we have 400 points, 700 points, and a Lord casts a spell and just evaporate my... What are, let me see, how much are Plague Bearers? 800 points. 750. So the same as a unit of warriors, and they got evaporated that fast. So then, center, I guess I actually got another whole unit of Plague Bears all the way to the center somehow. Oh no, I know how. That was my summon. Because I looked away to complain. I did manage to capture this with a unit of Nurglings brought in down here. And I'm going to try for that cheeky, hold them in the center point like I was talking about. Cultist is on foot, so these screamers... never mind, he's not on foot. He's on a horse, so the screamers can't actually hurt him. But he... same thing with the herald. But, like, I just need to push these things off stuff. So I brought in a beast. I brought in or my soul grinder was already there, and I brought in my plague toads. And once again, leadership immediately tanks. Like, same thing. Look, plague toads. Leadership immediately tanks. Now we have the range coming in, and I evaporate again. And this will be repeated. So I bring in 2 more units of Nurglings, which will push up here and try to hold this 1 point for me, while my lord, basically my leadership squad here, all just trying to hold and tank the center, take the center point. They're going to lose. There's just too much coming in. And guess what? Pink horrors. Pink horrors. Spawn that will not run away. We have Forsaken that are about ready to jump on me. More pink horrors coming in. I finally remember I have my Nurglings over here. What are they going to do to this? More blue horrors and pink horrors. Like, let's see. Nurglings versus pink horrors. Okay, Nurglings, pink horse. Okay, so pink horse, a little bit faster, a little bit worse in melee, a little bit less HP, but then you also have another 1050 in barrier. So guess what? They actually have more HP and 50 cost difference, and you get range. What is it? Blue horrors 400 and Nurglings are, yes, 350. So which would you take all day long? I would take the Nurglings. I guess technically Nurglings do count. They count a small entity with but only 45 of them. So I guess that their attack power doesn't go down as quickly, because models don't die off as fast. But Nurglings are here to hold the point for me. Forsaken coming in. Flamers are about to make like popcorn Nurglings, just like popcorn chicken. The other unit of Nurglings about to be evaporated by Furies. And these Forsaken coming over just once again, let's pop my leadership. Make me fade without even having to fight. My leaders are falling. I don't see, I think my cultist has already fallen. So, yeah, I got up to 1,075. We can just fast forward. You'll see, same thing. I'm I think I see part of it is I'm piecemealing. I'm not rebuilding a strong defense to push in. I'm piecemealing my units in. Look, I have my beast, I have Nurglings, I have other Nurglings. So I piecemealed in, and then I just watched my units just get deleted by range fire. But that's that. That's 40 minutes for 4 games. Hope you guys are happy. Now I can let Total War stop complaining that I am continuously launching the game without installing the newest patch.